Hi, I'm Stefan Sindoni, target of an ongoing surveillance for 20 years and harassment as well. Here's some information that you need to know. Show you a card here, and it says, what really happened? The history the government hopes you don't learn. Suspicious Middle Easterners cheer terror attack from moving van. Source, the New York Post and Bergen Record. I will cite the Bergen Record, Wednesday, September 12, 2001, by columnist Paulo Lima. I'll provide the link for you. It's www.bergen.com/news/2 BOMBVAN 20010912.5.htm. On a Google search, just Google search the date, September 12, 2001, Bergen Record, and look for Paulo Lima's story about 9/11. So here we go, 9/11. And I'm going to read here the details that the American media hopes that you forget. I'm going to grab my glasses here if I can. Are my glasses over there? Okay, suspicious Middle Easterners cheer terror attack from moving van. Sources from the New York Post and the Bergen Record trio who cheered attack face boot as illegal aliens. And this story was by Al Gert. And I'm going to get my glasses here. You can find it on the NewYorkPost.com/news/regional news/ by Al Gert, New York Post. September 13, 2001. 3 men who celebrated as the Twin Towers crumbled are facing deportation, the Post has learned. The men, described as illegal immigrants from the Middle East, were arrested Tuesday afternoon in a white Chevy van near the Meadowlands based on a tip from witnesses who saw them cheering and jumping up and down at Liberty State Park after the attack, a source said. Witnesses took the license plate number down, and the FBI sent out an alert to area cops reading, "Vehicle possibly related to New York terror attacks." 3 individuals with van were seen celebrating after initial impact and subsequent explosion. Port Authority cops nabbed the 3 as they drove along Route 3 in New Jersey and East Rutherford in the van, which had the words "Urban Moving Systems" painted on the side of it. After grilling the men and searching the van in vain for explosives, the FBI turned the men over to the Immigration and Naturalization Service for deportation. The feds declined to release the men's identities or nationalities. How interesting. The agency has decided it will not make any comments about it at this time, said INS spokesman Kerry Gill. Officials at Urban Moving claimed to be unaware of what had happened. Bergen Record, New Jersey. 5 men detained as suspect conspirators. Wednesday, September 12, 2001, one day after the September 11th attacks. And this is written by Paulo Lima, the staff writer. 8 hours after terrorists struck Manhattan's tallest skyscrapers, police as I said, were questioned. Police were called. The men were questioned, and the van was stopped on Route 3 in East Rutherford around 4:30 p.m. and they were being questioned by police but had not been charged with any crime late Tuesday. However, sources close to the investigation said they found other evidence linking the men to the bombing plot. There are maps of the city in the car with certain places highlighted, the source said. It looked like they're hooked up in this. It looked like they knew what was going to happen when they were at Liberty State Park. Sources also said that bomb-sniffing dogs reacted as if they had detected explosives. The FBI seized the van for further testing, authorities said. Sources said the van was stopped as it headed east on Route 3 between the Hackensack River Bridge and the Sheraton Hotel. As a precaution, police shut down Route 3 traffic in both directions after the stop and evacuated a small roadside motel near the Sheraton. Sources close to the investigation said the men said they were Israeli tourists, but police had not been able to confirm their identities. Authorities would not release their names. East Rutherford police stopped the van after the FBI's Newark office broadcast an alert making surrounding police departments look for a white Chevrolet van, police said. We got an alert to be on the lookout for a white Chevrolet van with New Jersey registration and writing on the side, said Bergen County Police Chief John Schmidt. 3 individuals were seen celebrating in Liberty State Park after the impact. They said 3 people were jumping up and down. East Rutherford officers summoned the bomb squad, New Jersey state troopers and FBI agents who waited alongside the van as prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office tried to obtain a warrant to search the van late Tuesday, Schmidt said. The FBI alert, known as a BOLO or Be on the Lookout, was sent out at 3:31 p.m. It read, vehicle possibly related to New York terror attacks. White 2000 Chevrolet van with New Jersey registration with Urban Moving Systems sign on back seen at Liberty Park, Jersey City, New Jersey, at the time of first impact of jetliner into the World Trade Center. 3 individuals with van were seen celebrating after initial impact and subsequent explosion. FBI Newark Field Office requests that if the van is located, hold for prints and detain individuals. State Police Colonel Barry W. Roberson, who I spoke with, confirmed the traffic stop at a late-night news briefing at State Police headquarters in Trenton. He would not elaborate, however. A business traveler staying at the Homestead Studio Hotel said that she watched the state troopers drive the suspects away in a procession of state trooper cars around 5 p.m. First they told us we could hang out in the lobby, but then they told us to leave, the traveler said. At 10 p.m., the hotel guest said so she could see at least 2 police officers searching through the van while a crowd of other officers kept their distance. The suspicious Middle Easterners movers were Israelis with box cutters, European passports, and $4,000 in cash. Sources was Israeli National News, Arutz Sheva News Service, IsraelNationalNews.com, 10/26 of 2001. 5 young Israelis are on the verge of collapse, according to the family members, as they're incarcerated in New York on charges related to the World Trade Center attacks. The Jerusalem Post reported on October 26 that the Israelis are smiling as they photograph themselves when the collapsed tower is in the background. More suspicious Israeli movers detained with videos at the Sears Tower, and they were held there as well. So here it is. Looks like a conspiracy. So as I go through this here, if it smells like a rat, it probably is. That is the first story that I'm going to go with here. Now I've got a second story that I'm going to go with. And the second story is the Israeli Lobby Archive. Joyous celebration during 9/11 World Trade Center attack. 5 Israeli nationals detained in conjunction with the twin bomb investigation had videotaped the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center and may have possessed knowledge of the event. The site you can go to the website is https://www.israellobby.org/urban-moving, and that's where you can find this link on that. Let's go into the nitty-gritty here. On September 11, 2001, 5 employees of a moving van company called Urban Moving Systems were apprehended after the Twin Towers were struck. An eyewitness saw them celebrating the attack of the World Trade Center from the window of her apartment building. They emerged from a white van, jumped up and down, and high-fived each other with apparent glee. The eyewitness observed them in New Jersey overlooking the Hudson River with an unobstructed view of the burning towers. The eyewitness contacted the police. What follows are FBI reports obtained under the Freedom of Information Act regarding their detention, questioning, and apparent deception during polygraph about affiliation with Israeli intelligence agencies. On September 11th, the FBI file reads as such. On September 11th, 2001, members of the FBI acted upon information received from a complainant, stopped and arrested 5 Israeli nationals purported to have witnessed the initial explosion of the World Trade Center and was seen to be celebrating the event. With the timing of the complaint sightings coupled with the joyous celebration of the individuals, members of the FBI arrested the 5 individuals after a possible hit was received by a law enforcement bomb squad canine. No dog smelled explosives. There was a considerable criminal venture associated with Urban Moving Systems. Along with the reported employees, these companies utilized Israeli nationals in the United States on B-2 visas, tourist or business visas, being done to willingly circumvent United States labor, tax, and immigration laws. FBI interviews detained Israeli former soldier on November 16, 2001. The former Israeli agency security guard interviewed on that date in conjunction with the 9/11 attack, illegal activities visa had an overstay. November 28, 2001, reports of interviews and polygraphs of Israelis detained on 9/11. Preliminary results of the polygraphs have shown redacted not have proven knowledge regarding the terrorist attacks on 9/11. However, redacted showed deception when asked about redacted. It was evident to the interviewing agents that redacted had linked on 2 previous interviews and was holding information during the present interview polygraph. It is unclear to the interviewing agent as to the redaction nature and reason for the deception. On January 3, 2001, New York Polygraph Unit 1A responses to relevant questions related to the issue of intelligence affiliations were indicative of deception. June 4, 2002, redacted report from National Security Division. 2 additional detained Israelis were associated with the 5 Israeli nationals who were detained in New York City area for possibly having prior knowledge of the captioned terrorist attacks. Inconclusive polygraph results. September 21, 2001, Newark Squad C9 report on detention of 2 Urban Moving System workers. October 31, 2001, FBI report to Kansas City, Newark, and New York offices to summarize interviews with 7 Israeli nationals employed by various moving companies who were detained by INS for visa violations. On January 24, 2002, FBI Suspicious Activities Report, FBI informed the Newark office in Philadelphia that there were 2 more Israelis who had been detained in New York and Pennsylvania by Immigration and Naturalization Services for violating their status on their visas. These 2 individuals worked for a moving company, Urban Moving Systems, in Weehawken, New Jersey. FBI Newark had detained 5 other employees of Urban Moving Systems after they were observed on September 11, 2001 on the roof of their business building in Weehawken, New Jersey, taking pictures of the World Trade Center attack. One report stated that these individuals were on the roof prior, and they had prior knowledge on what was going on, and they watched as the buildings crashed into the World Trade Centers, as the planes crashed into the center, suggesting they had been prior knowledge on their part. As such, they were detained by local police and identified they were Israeli males who were in violation of their visa status. FBI Newark had interviewed and conducted polygraphs of these individuals and determined that they were deceiving the American people as to what they knew in that event there. And finally, I've got another that I'll go with you. And here's the third one that I've got here, September 11th, Inside Job or Mossad Job, written by Laurent Guyeno. Voltaire Network, voltaire.org. Direct links for this article is www.voltaire.org/articles/179.295.html. I will go on to read the story as I have it here. I'm going to make this a little briefer. You'll see the story here. The information was reported the very next day by journalist Paulo Lima in The Record, the newspaper of Bergen County in New Jersey. according to police sources, immediately after the first impact of the North Tower. 3 individuals were seen by several witnesses on the roof of a van parked at Liberty State Park in Jersey City, celebrating and jumping up and down and photographing themselves with the Twin Towers in the background. They then moved to their van to another parking spot in Jersey City where other witnesses saw them display the same celebrations. The police immediately issued a BOLO report, be on the lookout. The vehicle possibly related to the terrorist attack in New York, 2000 white Chevrolet van with New Jersey plates on an urban moving system sign at the back was seen at Liberty State Park, New Jersey, at the time of the first impact of jetliner into the World Trade Center. Yes, they were there as soon as it happened. I'm going to cut this a little shorter, and what I'm going to talk about now, I'm going to talk about basically who could be responsible for this. Michael Chertoff, an Israeli citizen, son of an Orthodox rabbi and a pioneer of the Mossad, headed the criminal division of the Department of Justice in 2001, and as such was responsible for the retention and destruction of all evidence regarding the 11th of September, from Pentagon cameras to World Trade Center beams. It is to him also that the dancing Israelis owe their discreet repatriation. In 2003, he was appointed to head the new Department of Homeland Security in charge of counterterrorism on U.S. territory, which allowed him to control dissent while continuing to restrict access to the file of September 11 to law of sensitivity information. Gets even worse here. On September 24th, the FBI tried to have the file closed and not unsealed until the year 2035, so that way no one can know actually what happened. But the Israelis got caught in Liberty State Park, and Paulo Lima put this story out, and I'm sharing it with you now. I've got scars all over my face, I've lost teeth, I've got things happen all over my body for the last 20 years because I came forward and I told the U.S. Customs on the Canadian border in Montreal an illegal terrorist group was acting as though they were going to do something very diabolical. Well, they did diabolical. They did the 9/11 attack on September 11th. I'm now going to close this out. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into this program. For the complete story, go to my website, therealstefansindoni.com. Till next time, Stefan Sindoni, God willing.